Hello, military enthusiasts. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we'll be discussing China's Indo-Pacific nightmare, the U.S. Army's new precision strike missile, a topic that's making headlines worldwide. Let's dive in. The United States Army is marking another significant milestone in the development of its long-range precision fires LRPF modernization campaign with the successful firing of two precision strike missiles, PrSMs, from a high-mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS, at White Sands Missile Range in the American state of New Mexico. Army sources detail how the missiles engaged multiple targets, including a surrogate Scud missile, radar, and rotary wing platforms. For the Army, which has struggled to adapt to the new geopolitical paradigm of great power rivalry with near-peer competitors, Big Green is taking these results as a major win. In fact, the overall LRPF has been one of the few bright spots for the Army in the last few years, and it represents the understanding among the Army's top leaders that the nature of warfare is increasingly going to be fought over the horizon. The Army finds its niche with long-range precision fires. Having initially been cut out of what was then the Obama administration's joint planning for possible war with China over Taiwan, the U.S. Army was adrift in the backwater of Pentagon planning. The United States Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps would take the point in what became known as Air-Sea Battle, ASB. But the Army kept a low profile and assessed the Indo-Pacific and China's growing capabilities there. It determined that both the Air Force and Navy would struggle to penetrate China's increasingly effective anti-access area denial, A2/AD, defenses arrayed throughout the region. So, the Army concluded that the best way forward was to create land-based, long-range precision weapons that could be fired at known Chinese targets from over the horizon and effectively burst the A2/AD bubbles Beijing's forces intended to erect. The LRPF is a key Army system for fulfilling this mission. These weapons, along with the Army's hypersonic weapons platform, known as the Dark Eagle Project, are believed to be the silver bullet for breaking apart China's A2/AD network, allowing for U.S. sea power and air power to interdict a possible Chinese invasion or blockade of Taiwan, after the Army made short work of those A2/AD systems from over the horizon. Replacing ATACMS with PrSM. In the case of the LRPF, unlike the Dark Eagle, these systems will be somewhat closer to the action, though still far enough away to be relatively safe. At 310 miles, the precision strike missile will be able to degrade Chinese air defenses, command and control centers, and missile sites, with greater efficiency and reach than its predecessor, the much ballyhooed MGM-140 ATACMS, Army Tactical Missile System, platform. The PrSM can be launched from existing platforms like the M270 Multiple Launch Rocket System, MLRS, and the M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS. Essentially, the PrSM is compatible with existing Army infrastructure while doubling its capacity. Two PrSMs can fit in the space of a single ATACMS. Although its official range is 500 kilometers or 310 miles, the Army is working to expand that range significantly. What's more, The PrSM's modular, open system architecture enables future enhancements, such as improved guidance systems or alternative warheads, meaning these missiles will continue being adaptable and provide significant capabilities to the Army for years to come. The specifications PrSMs are equipped with inertial navigation systems, INS, and global positioning system, GPS guidance, minimizing collateral damage and maximizing effectiveness against fortified or mobile assets. Further, as part of its mission to degrade enemy air defenses, the PrSM incorporates counter-jamming and electronic warfare technologies, making this a real threat to either Chinese or Russian forces. Lockheed Martin is developing this system for the Army. While it has proven to work well in test conditions, the problem is that the PrSM comes with a hefty price tag. The missile costs $1.2 billion, with only 110 procured in fiscal year 2024 and an additional 190 in fiscal year 2025. In short, if the United States finds itself in a shooting war with a near-peer rival, there is simply no way the Americans will have a sufficient number of PrSMs on hand to effectively degrade China's complex A2/AD networks in the Indo-Pacific. Downside risks. Therefore, the PrSM, while key for the Army, might nonetheless go the way that the U.S. Navy's long-range land attack projectile, LRLAP, went, straight into mothballs. That's because each LRLAP round for the Zumwalt-class destroyer's Advanced Gun System, AGS, would have cost $800,000 per round. The Navy literally could not afford the ammunition. While the Army's PrSM is nowhere near as costly as the Navy's LRLAP was, its high cost will mean a seriously constrained number of PrSMs available, and it could lead to a real vulnerability if the U.S. military must fight against China. Nevertheless, the PrSM represents an important milestone in the evolution of the U.S. Army's strategic doctrine for the 21st century. It is part of Big Green's overall push to support the other branches in their bid to puncture Chinese A2/AD networks, and will prove pivotal in any future fight with China.